What if I told you in just 50 days, your entire life could look completely different? Not just minor improvements, I'm talking real transformation. The kind where you wake up and feel like a different person. You think differently, you move differently, and you speak differently. And the opportunities you never thought would be possible start chasing you instead of you chasing them. Now I know what you're thinking, Rudolph, 50 days is too long, it's too hard. But let me ask you something. How long have you been stuck? How many months, maybe even years have you spent wishing things would change but you're still in the same place? How many times have you said one day I'll get serious, but one day never comes? Expert says it takes about 21 days to form a habit. Now imagine if it was to double that 21 days and add another week and add a day, because 50 days isn't just enough to build a habit. It's enough to rewire your mind. It's enough to erase your old version of you and build a completely new one. And here's the truth. Success is not about what you do once, it's about what you do consistently. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're tired of seeing other people win, why you feel like life is passing you by, then listen very carefully, because for the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what to do in the next 50 days to guarantee your life will never be the same again. Because let me be brutally honest with you, the next 50 days will pass whether you take action or not. And if you do nothing, you'll be in the exact same place, feeling the exact same way, frustrated, and watching another video like this, still wondering why your life hasn't changed. But if you commit right now, you'll be shocked at what happens. So don't just watch, decide. Are you in or are you out? If you're ready to make this the moment everything changes, then let's get into it. Let me tell you the cold hard truth. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence, talent, or potential. They fail because they spend their lives hesitating, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment. Think about it. How many times have you had an idea, a goal, a dream, but instead of taking action, you sat on it, you told yourself, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll do it next week. I just need more time. But let's be honest. How many times have you actually followed through? How many opportunities have you let slip away because you spent too much time thinking instead of moving? How many chances have you watch go to someone else, not because they were better than you, but because they took action while you were still deciding? And the worst part, someone with half of your skill, half of your intelligence, and half of your potential is actually out there winning simply because they took the shot while you were still waiting for the right time. So let me ask you this. When will you finally feel ready? When will conditions be perfect? Because I can tell you right now, that moment is never going to come. The most successful people in the world understand one thing. Certainty is an illusion. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect moment. There's only now. And history proves this time and time again. The wealthiest, the most powerful, most successful people didn't wait to feel ready. They moved first, adjusted later, and figured things out along the way. You might know about Sarah Blakely as the billionaire founder of Spanx, but what most people don't know is that she built her entire empire by taking action without hesitation. She didn't have a business degree. She didn't have any experience in fashion. She didn't have investors, connections, or even a clue on how to manufacture a product. But what she did have, the willingness to move first and figure it out later. I mean, the idea of Spanx came to her when she cut the feet of her pantyhose to make them look smoother under her clothes. She thought, this could be something. Instead of overthinking like most of us do, she immediately took action. She Googled manufacturers and started cold calling factories. Imagine she Googled something that we're all blessed to have, Google. Some of you guys just need to Google and some of the answer would just pop up for you. And she got rejected over and over. Some laughed at her, some ignored her, but she kept going. And finally, one factory owner gave her a chance. You only need one person to believe in you. Some of you guys are just one opportunity away, one chance away to making this thing happen, but you're not taking enough action. And that factory owner gave her a chance, not because her idea was perfect, but because she was relentless. And within a few years, that imperfect idea made her the world's youngest self-made female billionaire. What would have happened if Sarah Blakely hesitated? If she spent months researching, analyzing, and waiting to feel ready, like some of you guys doing, just constantly researching and analyzing to feel ready, launched the idea that was in her head. She would have spent the rest of her life wondering, what if? And the truth is, some of you guys watching, you don't need no more information. You need more execution. Every time you hesitate, every time you wait, every time you push something off until later, you're training yourself to stay stuck. And I know this personally because I did the same thing. When I started my personal development journey as a public speaker, I started my online series called Be Inspired Today. I had zero resources, no fancy cameras, and no high-end production. And this is back in late 2016 where everyone was using a professional camera. Now, smartphones back then, using smartphones to create content wasn't something that was really common back then. I know now most people are using a smartphone to make content, but back then it wasn't really common. I didn't have none of the high-end production stuff, but guess what? I had a smartphone and I started with my smartphone. All I had was just an idea and a smartphone. And I'll be honest, at first I hesitated. I thought, who's going to take me seriously with low quality videos? Who's going to watch these 2-minute inspiration if they don't look professional? Maybe I should wait until I have a better equipment, a better setup, maybe later. But then I caught myself. I knew if I waited, I'd never start. So I just did it. I picked up my smartphone, stood outside and recorded the first video. No script, no edits, just me speaking from the heart, just real raw speaking, inspirational videos. And the craziest part of the story is that people start watching. People started resonating with the message, and the simple decision of just taking action instead of overthinking led to everything that followed. It led to more opportunities, to speaking at schools, to building my brand, to writing a best-selling book. And today I have professional cameras, a high-end equipment, and a team helping me produce content at the highest level. But none of this would have happened if I didn't start with what I had. And that's the takeaway for you. You just have to start with what you have. You don't need the perfect conditions to start. You don't need more time, more knowledge, or more resources. You just need to move. Now, I just want to pause the video real quickly and give you something, from me to you. If you're ready to stop overthinking and start executing like I did back then, I've got something to help you, and it's totally free. I want you to download my free execution blueprint PDF right now and take the first step forward to the life that you deserve. This will help you overcome procrastination and get into action mode. This is absolutely free. Just click the link in the description and get your free guide. And for those who are really want to take execution to the next level and truly want to transform their mindset, I offer a 3-month private one-to-one coaching program called the High Definition Execution System Coaching Program. It helps you to break the cycle of hesitation and unlock your highest potential. Our spots are very limited. And so if you're interested, just click the link in the description and book a strategy call and we can get you started. But for now, let's get back to the video. So for the next 50 days, I want you to commit. Stop waiting, start executing. And when you say you're going to do something, do it immediately. No hesitation, no second guessing, and no excuses. Just action. If an idea comes to your mind, take the first step. If you need to make a decision, make it now. If there's something you've been procrastinating on, stop overanalyzing and just start. And I know what you're probably thinking, but Rudolph, what if I make the wrong decision? Here's what you need to understand. The wrong decision isn't the thing that's ruining your life. Indecision is. Inaction is the thing that's currently ruining your life. You are not failing because you made the wrong move. You are failing because you're not moving at all. It's just as simple as that. Every second you hesitate is a second someone else is using to win. And here's the dangerous part. Hesitation is a habit. Right now, your brain is wired to hesitate, to overthink, to default to inaction. But guess what? That can change. You can reprogram yourself to take action, to make bold decisions, to stop waiting and start doing. And if you don't, 5 years from now, you'll still be in the same place. And that's why, I created this coaching program that I was telling you guys about earlier. Because I know breaking the habit of hesitation isn't easy to do it alone. Because you will spend years training your mind to overthink, to delay, to put things off to later. And that programming won't disappear overnight. But imagine what your life would look like if hesitation no longer controlled you. Imagine what the next 50 days would look like. 5 years from now, imagine where you would be if you just start right now. You don't have to keep living in hesitation. The life you want is waiting for you to claim it. But you need to take the first step. And the first step is breaking free from hesitation. Because in the end, success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who move. Now, let's talk about the second piece of the puzzle in the mindset shift that will separate you from 99% of the people, because taking action isn't enough if your standards are still low. If you do this for the next 50 days, your life will change. But if you continue to tolerate mediocrity, if you keep allowing things in your life that doesn't serve you, then nothing will change, no matter how much action you take. So let's talk about the second one. The second lesson is raise your standards or stay the same. Success isn't just about working harder, it's about expecting more from yourself, because life will never give you what you want. It will only give you what you tolerate. Think about it. Every result you have in your life right now, the money you make, the people you surround yourself with, and the way you feel about yourself is all a reflection of what you've allowed. You see, most people set goals, but they don't set standards. They dream of success, but they don't demand it for themselves. And that's why they stay stuck. They tolerate being around people who drain their energy. They tolerate being out of shape. They tolerate low paying jobs, bad relationships, and a life that doesn't inspire them. All because they never decide to raise their standards. And here's the brutal truth. If you don't set a really high standard for yourself, the world will set a low one for you. Let's take Steve Jobs, for example. One of his stories always fascinate me, because most of you guys just think Steve Jobs was just a visionary. But Steve Jobs wasn't just a visionary. He was obsessed with high standards. When he built Apple Inc., as we know it, he didn't just want to create good products. He wanted to create the absolutely best one. And that required a level of commitment, discipline, and refusal to settle that most people don't have. I mean, there's stories going around saying that his engineers would show him prototypes of the first Macintosh and he would reject them over and over, not because they weren't good, but because they weren't great. He demanded that every detail to be perfect, even the inside of the computer's parts that no customer would actually ever see. But it had to be beautiful. Most people would have said, well, that doesn't matter. But Jobs believed that everything mattered. And that's why Apple products are still the gold standards it is today. Now, let me ask you, what if you held yourself to the same level of expectations? What if you refused to tolerate mediocrity in your life? And what if for the next 50 days, you made a decision that you will no longer settle for anything less than your full potential? Because here's what you need to understand. Your standards are shaping your future. The level of discipline you have, the type of people you allow in your life, the way you handle your health, your finances, your relationship, all of it is determined by what you're willing to tolerate. And if you don't raise your standards, you'll stay exactly where you are. So let me ask you, what are you currently tolerating in your life right now? Because right now, there's something in your life that you're allowing that is keeping you stuck. Maybe it's the people around you. Maybe it's the people you surround yourself with. People who drain your energy instead of pushing you forward. Maybe it's your own habits. Wasting time, making excuses, saying tomorrow when you know it should be today. Maybe it's a job that doesn't fulfill you. Or because you've convinced yourself you have no other choice. Or maybe it's simply the low standards you've set for yourself. Settling for comfort instead of pushing for greatness. But here's the truth. Whatever you tolerate will define your future. If you keep tolerating excuses, you will never execute. If you keep tolerating negative people around you, you will never grow. If you keep tolerating mediocrity, you will never experience excellence. So I need you to ask yourself one question. What have you been tolerating that is keeping you from your full potential? Because here's the thing. Raising your standard isn't just about wanting more. It's about refusing to accept less. You don't get what you wish for. You don't even get what you actually work for. You get what you demand from yourself. For the next 50 days, I want you to make one promise to yourself. Stop tolerating anything that doesn't align with the life that you want. That means cutting out distraction. That means setting boundaries. That means demanding more from yourself every single day. And if you don't know where to start here. Write down the top 3 things that you've been tolerating that are keeping you stuck. And then make the decision to remove them from your life. Because if you do this, for 50 days. Imagine doing this for 50 days. Your life will change completely. But if you don't, if you keep allowing the same excuses, the same habits, the same low standards, then the next 50 days from now, you'll be in the exact same place. And that's not an option for you right now. So let me leave you with something powerful. Right now, you're standing at a crossroad. Either let the next 50 days pass like every other, where nothing changes, where you keep doing what you've always done and you stay exactly where you are, or you can make the decision right here, right now, that this is the moment you take control over your life, that this is the moment you finally break free from hesitation, low standards, and excuses. Because here's the truth. Change doesn't happen by accident. It happens by decision. If you commit to executing instead of overthinking, raising your standards and showing up for yourself every single day, I guarantee you something. Your life will look completely different in the next 50 days. But if you don't, you already know what's going to happen. Another 50 days will pass, another 6 months, another year, and you still be sitting in the same place wondering why nothing is different. So let me ask you, are you willing to risk that? Because here's one thing successful people understand that most people never do. Time is going to pass anyway. You might as well make it count. You already know what you need to do. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Raise your standards and refuse to tolerate mediocrity, and take action now before hesitation has the chance to kill your momentum. And the truth is, you don't have to do this all alone. Most people fail because they try to figure it all by themselves. They rely on motivation, they start strong, but then they fall off the track. That's why I created the system that I spoke to you guys earlier about, high definition execution system, because it helps you to make a transformation that is permanent. Like I said, if you wanted to take more action, download the free execution PDF that I told you about. If you're interested in working with me on a one-on-one, do book a strategy call. All the links are in the description. So get in contact. But before we leave, I would like to share a little bit more on the high definition execution system. I break down the exact framework that has helped countless of individuals go from feeling stuck and overwhelmed to executing at an elite level. This is a 12-week program designed to help you get more done in 12 weeks than most people would do in a year. It focuses on building a mindset and habits that high achievers use to crush their goals without the burnout and without relying on motivation. So please click the link below and enroll in the high definition execution system today so that we can start working together. So if you're an entrepreneur, a C-suite executive, a content creator, a professional, get in contact and let's start working together. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm so certain that you're going to enjoy the next video here. So click on this next video here and let's get started on your journey of execution. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share it with someone, and please drop a comment of your biggest takeaway from this video and tell me if you're going to execute on your goals today. And my name is Rudolph High Definition. Be inspired today.